Okay guys, welcome back. My name is Ampika Pickston.
And I'm Diane Swaine.
And today we want to talk about, I'm going to talk about my 5 go-to YouTube must-have subscriptions. There's lots of mixed reports about YouTube. Some people are really into YouTube, some people aren't. When I first started to watch like snippets on YouTube of things that interest me, I kind of like got YouTube, but I didn't really make it part of my everyday life. And like most people, once you start going onto YouTube and finding avenues, artists, motivational speakers, someone that really strikes a chord with you, it opens up a whole world YouTube. And I've got to say, I am a YouTube addict. I have found some people that I find extremely motivational. I've found some fantastic people that have educated me in areas that I've always wanted to know about. So I cannot thank YouTube enough for enlightening my life. And for people that have messaged me and told me that at times they feel lonely, they are struggling with self-isolation, there's one answer for me, and it's definitely YouTube. So today I want to share my top 5 people that give me inspiration, that motivate me, that change my mood, lift me to another place. If it can do it for me, it can do it for you. And it's also an education. So if you can maybe look into these people, or you want to direct message me and tell me people that you found on YouTube that have really changed your life, your perspective, the way you live your life, please send me a direct message. I'd love to hear from you, because the more people that we share, great communicators, fantastic people that make your life a bit more fruitful and colourful, I would like to hear about them, because I'd like to watch them too.
Okay, so I'm less of a YouTube person, although Ampika's taught me well, because I've got into much more people now, and also the kids and my clients tell me about what YouTubes are really great. So I've kind of got a top 3 to share with you, and I've also bought a couple of books that I want to recommend. One's about positivity and one's about helping anxiety. Ampika and I have had loads of direct messages this week from our last show, last Sunday, which is really encouraging. Thank you. And we are replying directly, privately, confidentially. So keep those coming in, and we'll get back to you on the same day or as soon as we can. So mine's around meditation, anxiety, those sorts of things. So do you want to go first with yours? And
I'm happy.
Flip back to me.
Yeah, I'll talk about my top 5 people. So a lot of you have probably heard about this chap. He has been around for, I'd say, over 2 decades, and he is one, in my opinion, he is at the top of his tree. He is an international motivational speaker. His name is Tony Robbins. He is based in America, and he goes around the world doing large communicational talks to people via Zoom, in large auditoriums, which obviously we can't do in today's current status. But Tony Robbins, for me, is just a source of inspiration. One, I find him extremely pleasing to the eye, is ever so handsome, but his words just really resonate with me. I just get him. So in times when I feel not motivated, feel like that I've got no real enthusiasm or passion for what I'm doing, I find Tony Robbins, and I go on to his little selections of like how to feel good, how to control your thoughts, how to bring out your happy soul, and I'll find a video that resonates with how I feel, and I literally listen to him for 15 minutes while I'm putting my makeup on, while I'm in the car doing the school run, while I'm making breakfast in the morning, and he just lifts my spirits no end. His philosophy on life is very, very simple. You can start to understand yourself. You start to unravel the reasons why you're unhappy. Most of us walk around in a state of unhappiness and we don't know why. And it's because you don't ask yourself specific questions. If you don't ask yourself those questions, you can never find the answers. So he is definitely my top number 1 motivational speaker, alongside with Oprah. I can't forget Oprah. She is a living legend herself. But Tony Robbins, my number 1. The second person I want to talk about is no longer here, and is a chap called Napoleon Hill. I have so much admiration for this chap. He a little bit of history about him. So he was recruited by a chap called Andrew Carnegie, who apparently was one of the richest men in the world back in the day. He was a steel magnate, and he wanted to find a reason why certain people succeed in life with businesses, with ideas, and other people didn't. So he found Napoleon Hill and asked him to spend the last 20 years of his life studying and spending time with entrepreneurs to find out the real reason why those people came from a rags to riches story. So I listened to a lot of Napoleon Hill's findings, his belief system, his like 7, 13, 21 steps of success, because as anybody who has a business or has a work life or who's passionate about progressing in their career, it's nice to hear other success stories, and maybe you can pick up a few threads of the reasons why it worked for some people and why it didn't work for others. And it definitely is a mindset, hard work, preparation and perseverance. So Napoleon Hill, when I'm on my stepper most mornings, I pop it on and it just gives me that success feel-good factor that, you know what, if you really want it, it's cliche, but if you really implement it in your life, anyone can make a success on any level of whatever you're doing. So my third person of inspiration has been a godsend to me throughout lockdown in terms of keeping up your mental well-being, keeping your body moving. She brings the fun definitely into exercise. I am never bored of watching this woman, and her name is Sydney Cummings. She's an American fitness instructor, and I find her YouTube captions of 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes or an hour working on certain muscle groups, whether you have got gym equipment or if you've got no gym equipment. I just find her exercise routines easy to follow. I feel mega when I've completed one, and I never get bored of her. I just love her. I love her energy. I love her fit figure. I love the exercises that she does. 3 different variables, easy, medium to hard. And she has definitely been a godsend for me throughout the whole of lockdown. So thank you. I've managed to keep my abs and my bingo wings at bay, Sydney. I've got to say thank you. She's amazing. So if you want to look at doing some type of home exercise, no matter what your fitness levels are, Sydney Cummings is a dream. Number 4, I try to do this every day, and I'm going to mention 2 YouTubers. One is a company called Great Meditations, and what I love about their meditations is they last no longer than 10 to 11 minutes. So sometimes in the morning we're all rushing, children at school, breakfast to make, animals to feed, blah, blah, blah. We've literally got a window of 15 minutes where you can lie in the bed, sit on your favourite armchair, or just lie on the floor and stretch out and just connect with yourself. And it's almost like giving yourself that little mental hug, cleansing your mind, clearing your mind, and just feeling free so you can energize yourself. So Great Meditations is a fantastic YouTube channel that I do listen to on most mornings. If I've got more time, which is quite rare, but if I have got more time, a lady who I adore, I can't speak about her highly enough, is called Pura Rasa, and she's got the most beautiful melodic voice. Her meditations last between 35 minutes to about an hour. Balancing the chakras, going into a deep sleep, eradicating any negative emotions you might have. I just find when I listen to her meditational YouTube videos that she just takes me somewhere else. Not many people can do that, but I just find a sense of freedom, and when I can really switch off from the outside world and I've got a spare hour, I will tune into it. Sometimes it's difficult because we're not always in the mood to meditate, and unless you get used to it and you do it every day, it's hard to switch off. Your mind will wander onto other things, but when I know I'm in a really calm, safe place and my mind is in a good, safe place, if I've got a spare 40 minutes, I will listen to her. For me, it's just like, it's heaven. It is a slice of heaven. So if you've not got into meditation, but you'd like to, please tune into Great Meditations. They're about 10 minutes long. If you can pick one, they've got everything from positive affirmations to healing pain, to finding love, to finding positivity. You can listen to that each morning, build it in as a habit into your lifestyle, and before you know it, you'll be drifting off and feeling amazing. And last but not least, I am in awe of this woman. So the strongest connection that we can have with anyone, with ourselves, with people around us, is that feeling of love. And there is this lady from northern Sweden called Jonna Jinton, and she just oozes to me beauty on the outside and in. Her relationship with her partner, her lifestyle in this cabin log, a jewellery designer, a vlogger, and she is inspirational to another level. If you're in a relationship, guys, and you're talking about love and rekindling it and seeing all the beautiful aspects of your relationship, please check this woman out. And if you are not in a relationship and you're longing to find that person that you want to be mad about, this will give you that added confirmation that true love does exist. And there's a very true saying in life that the simplest of things are the most beautiful and priceless and the most rewarding. So please check her out. She takes me to another place. It's literally a mood, it's a vibration. You can't believe some of the video shots that she's got from the drones, looking at like the northern lights of northern Sweden. In summertime, it never goes dark. From the month of June to the end of August, it's still light. So whatever the position of the sun is at 6 o'clock in the morning is exactly the same at midnight. It's unbelievable, but the winters are very dark. That is just something that is an experience in itself. So please check her out. Anyway, enough from me. That's my top 5. I hope you find inspiration from any of those. Please let me know what you think about the top 5 people I've just mentioned. And if you've got someone fantastic that you'd like to share with us, please send me the link.
Thank you, Ampika. I was just thinking about my abs there, and I was thinking how guilty I felt when you were talking about that, because my children watched Joe Wicks every morning on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
He was fantastic, wasn't he? Yeah.
It's good eye candy as well, isn't it? I'm sure a lot of people just perving at him and not really looking at what he was doing exercise-wise.
Yeah, I think my daughter quite likes him. But every day I kept thinking, I'll get involved with Joe Wicks, and I didn't. So, but it's never too late, is it?
Never.
As Ampika said, everybody that we talk about today will obviously be available. We'll give all the contacts and everything. And also it's worth mentioning that anybody can get YouTube. So if you haven't got a laptop or a computer, you can get it on your phone. You can download the YouTube app for free, can't you?
Yeah.
And when you go into there, just click on the little magnifying glass and type in any of the names that we're going to talk about. So you don't need to worry about knowing a specific site or anything. If you get on YouTube, just type the name, download the app for free, and you're away, and you can watch it on your phone. So okay, I'm thinking about exercising now. Thanks for that, Ampika. 2 or 3 of my favourites, really. One American therapist called Dr. Siri. His actual full name is Dr. Siri Sat Nam Singh.
That's a mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But all you have to do is Google Dr. Siri.
Right.
He's in his early 70s. He's a healer who trained as a psychotherapist after. He was a healer for many years, but he used to travel a lot. He was very musical. He used to look after a lot of bands in America, and what he realised was that a lot of people that were incredibly talented or incredibly wealthy had a lot of demons as well.
Yeah.
So he decided he wanted to remain a healer, but wanted to also become certified so that more people would actually reach out and see him. So he became qualified as a psychotherapist, and he is phenomenal. And I think one thing about people that Ampika and I talk about, I think, is that all of them are authentic, and I think being authentic is the most important quality, being ourselves, being real. And I think that there's so many thousands of people that you can look at on YouTube, and people always say to me, but I need somebody with the right voice to listen to, somebody who's going to be really calming. Dr. Siri is superb. He talks about forgiveness, commitment, meditation, healing, spirituality, anything that you want to do to better yourself, calm yourself, learn about meditation and healing and faith within yourself, is so inspirational and motivational, and he has the most incredible quality in his voice, and I could just listen to him for days and days and days. So I think Dr. Siri for me is probably up there on the YouTube. So I'd have a look at that. And also he does a great book called The Pocket Guru, and that's about spiritual empowerment, about belief, about helping anxiety, about meditation and mantras, etc. And again, that's all, you can find all of that on his YouTube sites. I think one of my favourite parts of that is about mantras, and as Ampika mentioned before about the spirituality side of thing, you know, through lockdown, people have become increasingly anxious, stress levels in a lot of areas have increased phenomenally, to do with relationships, finances, fitness, health, wealth, all sorts of areas. And I've done a lot of work with clients who found mantras really beneficial. And I think it's probably, if you go to Dr. Siri's YouTube, there's an awful lot about mantras on there, which are completely personal to you. You can build your own mantras. They can be one word, several words, they can be sounds, noises, etc. And it's all about the positivity in you and starting a day, or when you're going to bed at night, if you can't get to sleep, you know, you can teach yourself a mantra that's right for you. I have a lot of clients who are waking up 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and staying awake for 2 or 3 hours at a time at the moment, because all the worries are going through the mind. So what I've done is help them develop mantras that are meaningful for them, so that they can focus the mind in the middle of the night when you're on your own and it's dark and you can't get back to sleep, you know, that horrible feeling, and they can teach themselves the mantra and repeat it to themselves to focus the mind and get rid of all the negativity that they're thinking about. Okay, I don't want to waffle on too long. The other sites, a couple of other, there's a motivational video, which is very high impact. It's very short and it's called When It Hurts, and it's by somebody called Motiversity. And if you type that in, When It Hurts by Motiversity, it's sort of a 10-minute video which is so high impact and so motivational. It shouts at you from every angle, and I think that's well worth a listen. Another one of mine is TED Talks, which is full of topics about self-improvement. If you just go onto YouTube and put in TED Talks, you can literally find any topic. It's very authentic, full of credentials, and it's very, very helpful. Finally, the last one I'd like to say is Headspace. Headspace is up there as one of my absolute favourites. And if you go into Headspace on YouTube and you type in Ask Andy, the most incredible guy comes up, and he will cover any topic whatsoever that you want to talk about, from anxiety, self-improvement, motivation. He's got the most incredible calming voice. I think you'll like him, actually. Right.
What do you mean to look at?
Yes. So that's Headspace, and it's Ask Andy, and you can literally get a clip, very authentic, very meaningful, very sensitive. The delivery of it is superb, and I think that will help a lot of people. Okay, so I think that's it in terms of my top 5.
In a nutshell, I think we've given people a lot of food for thought. Definitely. There, to be honest, because the wonderful thing about YouTube is you've got all these people that can enrich your life, and it's for free. Yeah. And you can tune in and switch on and off whenever it suits you. I probably watch YouTube most of the time at night times. Yes. So I'm in a long distance relationship, so I'm not with my partner every night of the week. So for me, sometimes when I can't switch off, I will look through my subscription list and I'll find someone to just take me into that zone, into that mode of peace and serenity. And sometimes it's really hard to control your own thoughts. But if you can be under the influence of someone who is going to benefit your life, like one of these people we've suggested, it's all about feeling good and living your best life. And sometimes we need external resources to help us just remember who we are, what we're about, and never stop believing.
Definitely. And also, lastly on that, I just wanted to say, never stop laughing either. Try to laugh as much as you can. And if I feel really sad, I put Peter Kay on.
Oh my God, I love Peter Kay.
Particularly the Crime Watch sketch. So I think, we've got to laugh.
Britain. Yeah, Little Britain. I can't wait for Little Britain to come back. It's got to come back.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Okay, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed our top 10 YouTubers. I hope that you find some inspiration from the people that we've just shared with you. And likewise, if you have got someone who you think is amazing on YouTube and we've not heard about him or her or mentioned that person, please just direct message and share your thoughts with us.
Have a great week. Bye.